Love that. I love that concept, by the way. That's
if you're
really
not
cool.
a minute early, you're a minute late, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We'll just chat for a second here until we are live online. We are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Facebook twice. And then Devin's live. What do you live? Facebook and LinkedIn.
Facebook and LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Today. That's it today.
Excellent. Good morning, everybody. This is Scott Hutchbeth. Welcome to MLO Live Show with my co-host, Devin Dubuque. What's up, buddy?
Let's go, man. Let's go. We got the powerhouses in the house today, brother.
Yes, we do.
You're bringing the heat.
Man, I'm telling you, I saved the best for last every week. Best for last. Here we are. So Audrey and Julia. Oh, Spanish this morning. That's about the best I'm going to do on Spanish. So give me one of these right here. I get one of those. Yes. All right. So Audrey, so the cool part about, and I'll let you guys introduce yourself and then we'll kind of get into it. And I love your topic, Audrey, that some people already heard about, but that's okay. We'll share it with the rest of the world. And I think it's so important and a great message. So thanks for being here, you guys. Go ahead. Audrey, you want to start and introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name's Audrey Colbert-Level. I have been a mortgage loan officer, back in 2009 for a couple of years. And then back in 2021. I've owned multiple businesses since I was 22, so entrepreneurial. I'm part of the MBM group. You guys met Miguel last week. He's our leader, and
yes, good guy,
great guy.
So awesome. And I got more questions about the multiple businesses because you're not you must have started at what, 3 or 4 years old, buying
22.
All right. I love it. Julia. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Julia Imoda. I'm a loan officer for the past 9 years, going in 10 years next year. I've been with Miguel since day one. Miguel was my loan officer when I got my first house in 2009, and we used to work on the banking world. And yes, here I am. And we are from the same city with Audrey. We are both in Naples. And yes, we are part of the MBM group and super happy to be part of.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. And Audrey, tell me a little bit more about multiple businesses. What was your first and second?
So I went to school originally for elementary education. But as we know, I had my son when I was young, and teachers don't make a lot of money. So we opened up our first service-based industry, which was a moving company, which we had franchised, and we started the franchise process before the market crashed. And then just different, we've had indoor environmental, we had restoration, whether we were franchisors, franchisees, you name it. And then back to after I got a divorce, I was like, how can I be self-employed without employees and fixed expenses and all of the fun stuff that comes with that? So I circled back around to mortgages, and then found this family that I love. So.
Yeah, amazing family. So the restoration, you still do any of the restoration? Because I know that's a big deal down here.
It is a big deal, but no, I'm not. I'm completely out all the way.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for being here. And I'll just start with Audrey. Audrey, tell me a little bit about, I love the story that we started with in the green room, was you guys are literally in the same office. Are you in the same, or in the same city?
Same city.
Okay. And you thought that that was weird to you at first. Tell me kind of what we were talking about when you first came over with Miguel at his company there, and you okay, I have other people that are doing the same things, and you felt uncomfortable with that. Tell me a little bit about that.
So what your question was originally, what do you think is different, or what have you learned, or something unique? So all of the other industries that we had, I felt like whenever I go to networking events, or every competitor was a true competitor. And when I came to the MBM group, it was brought to my attention that we should all be a teammate. So the biggest thing I think with Julia and I are that we are teammates. So we are separate loan officers, mortgage advisors, but we also team up. We do networking events. You'll see us constantly out together because there's enough work out there for everyone. And we truly do believe that if we work together, we grow. And so that's really our concept.
That's so cool. So same company, same city, same events, separate loan officers, and it all works out.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you said is there's enough for everybody, right? That's one of the things you said. Yeah.
Love the abundance mindset.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And Julia, tell us about you. Like, you're kind of knocking it out of the park. What's your superpower, secret sauce? Like, what is it you think is allowing you to literally do so well in a market that's, and especially where you're at in Naples? I mean, that's not an easy city to be in. Let's be honest. What?
Yes. Um, and it's funny because I was thinking today, my way to the office, like, what do we do every day? And I was like, this is what we do. We show up every day, no matter what. And going back to, what Audrey say about being a team, is like we are not only, teams as, oh, yes, let's team up as a loan officer. We are real friends, like we are able to do things outside the mortgage life that we enjoy together. And also having somebody who really understands what we go through in this business. Um, it makes a lot of difference because not everybody understands what we go through every day. The stress, the calls, and the rates, the market. So having somebody who is also your friend, like a really close friend, make a huge of a difference. And for me, it's showing up every day, consistency. Like even though if I don't see the results right away, I'm gonna show up again. I'm gonna do that one more phone call. I'm gonna qualify one more client, and we push it through. And we don't close like, oh, I'm in Naples, I have to serve Naples. I don't care where my client is. I just serve clients who need mortgages.
Love it. Love it. What be like, that's a big, that's, I mean, is Naples considered more of a second home type environment, or are you doing a lot of primary, like, what do you like,
I personally do a lot of first time home buyer.
okay.
Most of my clients are the Latino community. We
Love it.
said at least like 80%, 85%. So there is still a lot of room for the, first time home buyer market for us.
Good stuff. All right. Latino. Okay. Very good. I know
And
that's
also,
a very, oh yeah, go
we
ahead.
go the whole state, right? So I have a lot of clients and realtors in Ocala or Jacksonville. I know Julia does too. So it just depends on the county, right? So Naples,
Yeah.
in this market, right? A lot of first-time home buyers are benefiting from this market specifically.
Big time
But
right
I
now.
think, I mean, obviously Naples, we have a high concentration of second homes as well. But Sarasota is different. Charlotte, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
We service the whole country, but yeah, Florida specifically.
How do you do the I mean, how do you market to a city that you're not in? Like, you're in Naples. How do you do Ocala, Jacksonville? How do you, because a lot of people want to move and do business in different areas. What's your secret sauce there?
For me, we reach out to, so we've been really focused on social media because, back in like the early 2000s, you had to do, basically it was phone books, right? Word of mouth, phone books, benches, shopping carts. So now social media is a billboard and you can get recognized and meet people and link up with people from all over. So I know Julia even she just did a social media class. Teaching realtors how to do social media. So I think social media has really opened up that where we don't have to, we can be in multiple places at one time. So that's really, I think, our
awesome. And Julia, you did classes. What do you so you did a social media class?
I do a lot of classes. I have two brokerage that I do at least once a month, like a breakfast with Julia. So I bring whatever. Usually
Nice.
I ask them like, hey, where you guys, you want a specific loan program, you want to do motivation, you want to do like social media, whatever they need. It's just, and I do it face to face. So I go to the office, so it's different when they can see you and touch you, and let's do a video and they ask you questions. So yes, I do a lot of those classes. I am also part of the NAREP Naples, so that allow me to, do the classes there as well. But I believe on the on the mindset of we have to grow together, and we all need to educate ourselves and grow. So that's
Very
my
awesome. How often do you do the classes?
I do once a month in each of the brokerage that I serve, and whatever opportunity that I have and I'm invited, I'm all in. Something else that we do a lot of with Audrey is not only we come to the office every day, like we have the structure, early in the morning, all day, we show up and we work the business. But we go to the events. If we have the opportunities, the networking, the presentations, we go together, we support each other, and that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Audrey, are you take part in the classes, or just like are you a co-teacher?
So no, because those are her brokerages generally, but we do a lot of co-marketing like that together. I'll do my own events with different brokerages, but we're just about to launch a virtual book club, which is based on sales. So our first one's going to be Ninja selling, but that's going to expand our reach too. So we're both going to do it jointly that way. If we have our Spanish-speaking realtors, or we have our non-Spanish speaking realtors, but that way we're going to do it on Zoom. Okay. And opening that up so we have more realtors. And we do lattes and listings where we have realtors come in to pitch their listings. And so we do those joint, together.
And so book club, what's this new Ninja selling thing? Tell me more about that. Like this is cool stuff.
So when we were talking with realtors about what do they want, a lot of them were wanting more of that, how to be self-employed, right? A lot of people come over from a W-2 job and they just don't really understand the mindset. So what Julie and I were talking about is how can we expand our reach and start something a little bit unique and different. And Miguel had recommended, because he also gives us books to read. So it was Ninja Selling was one of ours that we read. So we were going to start with that one. We gave the realtors a list, and Ninja Selling is what they wanted. So we're doing a book club the last couple months, meeting on Thursday nights, just to expand that and help them grow, because that is our number one. Like, how can we help our referral partners grow? Then that helps our clients grow, and then helps us grow.
That is so cool. And I just know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say we got a good question in the chat. I actually really like this one. Monica says, for some of us that never did an in-person class, what tips do you have to get started and to lose the fear?
I can go with that one. I think that the first class, you have to do it with people that maybe one or two. You don't need a big class. I don't aim to have I want to have 50 people. If I have 2 or 3 or even 5, I'm okay with that. So maybe try to do the first one with the close people that with the realtors that you serve. And then maybe you do the next one, ask them to invite somebody new, and then you start to grow. And you just do it. You just, find something that you like, a thing that is it is important to you, and then it's going to be easier just to present it.
I love, and I'm flashing it on the screen right now. This is your LinkedIn profile, and this is so cool. You actually have it, Audrey, your golden girl of mortgages, as your profile. How cool is that? I
like golden retrievers, and then I also like the golden girl.
There you go.
I'm dating myself a little bit.
No. That's not good. I love it.
And I'm going to say, when I started, because I was super scared, and starting back in the mortgage industry in my 40s, I felt like an imposter. I'm going to be honest. That was a real big deal for me. So I started by sponsoring the realtor events, meeting at the board. And then you only have to speak for 3 to 5 minutes. So it's like a quick kind of pitch of what's unique and different. Like, what are you offering? And then that kind of helped me get past it, because I wasn't having to teach something for so long, it was like a 3-minute, bring a breakfast and move on. I think that really helped me a lot.
Very cool. Very cool. So, how do you, obviously people are wondering, how do you start your classes? How do you do the classes? How do you overcome the fear of because I think that's one of the challenges that people face is, man, I got to get up there and I got to talk. And not only do I got to talk, I got to teach them something that I know or have learned, or what would you tell somebody that's like, man, I want to do what you guys are doing. What should I do to get over that fear of they're not going to want to listen to me?
For me, is start small. You don't need a big stage. Just, create a presentation and talk about something that something that is a passion for you. And from there, you start to move little by little and growing. But, if you are in sales, you can be scared to be in front of people. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you
I
are in the
know.
wrong business. I mean,
Right.
you don't need to be an amazing speaker and or a teacher or knowing how to do a class. You just need to put yourself out there and put out of, from your heart what you know, and share from there.
Love it. Love that. Thank you. Yeah. So if I was, so I'll let you guys take this separately. If I was to take you guys, go, all right, I'm going to put you in a different state. Knowing what you know now, what would you do first? Like, what's the first thing? Like, no one, you can't do business in Florida anymore. I want to put you in a different state. What would you do?
Well, for me, every morning I connect with at least 10 realtors that are new and start a communication. I'd start joining different groups, and it doesn't have to be realtor groups. It could just be local run club, whatever the groups are that you're starting to get out there, professional women groups, just to meet people. And I would definitely join the board. I definitely feel like the different boards helped me a lot to get in front of people, and by just being consistent. Like, I did the lunches every single month at the board, and then eventually the brokers would start saying, "Hey, you're here every month." And I follow up. I will say, like, CRM is my number one. I will push that all day long. So I do follow up like crazy.
All right.
Before we get the question, what
cord.
CRM do you use? Because I know it's coming up. It's going to happen.
What is it? Oh,
Before we get it, what CRM do you use, Audrey?
yeah, it's coming.
We use Bonzo because that's what New American Funding provides.
There it is.
I got more questions about that, but Julia, what would you do in a different state? Can't use Florida anymore. I know it. A state you don't know anybody. What would Julia do, or who would do?
I will do two things. Number one, social media. I will, be posting. I will go and I will be on the street. I will do the open houses. I will go to, if I have to go door by door to businesses, that will be for sure. And then networking. I will find the event, which is really easy to find right now, because if you go to Facebook or, any social media, you Google like events in your area, and there is a lot of networking. And I will start to go to all the events, but you need to put yourself out there. Sitting in an office ain't not going to work. Never.
I did forget, that is how I started. I started on Sundays. My mom and I would pick 2 open houses. I would reach out, whichever 2 got back to me and said yes. I would say, "Hey, do you mind if I film?" This is something Miguel said, film for my pre-approved buyers. And it could be for the group, because I would just share with the group, "Hey, you guys have pre-approved buyers? Someone has a pre-approved buyer." And then I would film it, meet the realtors. So that was a good point. That is how day one, that is what we did.
So film, what would you film? This sounds cool.
I would film the house.
Okay.
I would just walk around from the house, talk with the realtor, use CapCut, post it, and then ask the group, do they have anyone pre-approved that might
nice.
Want
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you know what, Scott, going to what Audrey said, that, asking if they have anyone to pre-approve, we need to ask for the business all the time, every time. Sometimes we get scared and we don't ask. I ask, hey, if you know somebody who wants to buy a house or refi, remember, this, I'm here. Everyone, if I go to my kids, a football practice, they know, everybody needs to know what we do.
Yeah. Love it.
So,
love it.
She's really good about the ask. I'm going to be honest. She's amazing about the ask. I don't do that as much as her, and she does. She rocks that. That's good.
Yeah. There's a stat. Once you know this stat, it'll freak you out. So 91% of consumers say they will give referrals, but only 11% of salespeople ask. So if you just be the 90%, just beat the 11%, you're going to have more business. So yeah, congratulations on that.
Got another question, Scotty.
Yeah,
can we talk a little bit more about listings and lattes?
Ooh.
So one of the boards, a couple of the boards have this type of picture listings that was really successful. That I'm not a realtor, so I get to host it because I'm not pitching anything really. So that was
pitching
nice.
listings. It's called. It's
called
pitching.
Well, we do lattes and listings, but
okay.
The boards themselves had a picture listing.
Got it.
And so then we thought, let's bring that kind of, the MVM group and Title sponsors it at different local coffee shops. So we're actually highlighting the local business. We get a lot of customers that are already there that start asking what we're doing and asking questions. And then it brings in realtors from all over that collaborate. So that's kind of the cool part at the end, is the realtors mingle a little bit. We talk about, what are you seeing? What's helping you? And it helps them to grow in maybe a way that they wouldn't normally talk with all these different realtors from different brokerages, but then they start sharing and collaborating, and then they feel more like unity in the team and the community at that point. And we're pitching listings. I think our first one, we had like 800 views on Facebook while we were Facebook Live, and only, you know what I mean? So it helps to get that listing out there to give the seller.
So like my mind's kind of blown right now. And like I actually got chills on that one. So you go to a coffee shop, you go live on Facebook, you have like a bunch of several agents there. And so how are you showing the listings? Is it just live on the computer and then you're on video? Like how are you doing that?
They have to bring listing sheets for everyone there. They bring listing sheets, and then we pass them out. Like I was passing them out to the people sitting there if they were interested. And then they do give the address. So they're giving the address on Facebook Live. We haven't figured out how to technology wise put that on there. I'm sure there's a way. But then we just give the address out. And then their whole thing is they're supposed to give us something that's not easily seen. You know what I mean? Like this has a great RV pad, whatever it is, something that maybe isn't going to be readily available, or something that stands out, something different.
Scott, I want to cover something there, man. So, we go back to when Audrey was first starting with Miguel, and she didn't have that abundance mindset, right? And now they're sharing these things that Miguel has been teaching them through the book club and the abundance mindset, and they're getting agents together that normally wouldn't get together, right? Never. And now all of a sudden they're sharing that abundance mindset, and you guys are becoming, that the coaches, right? For all these agents. You're bringing them together and you're helping, right? With abundance. And then, they're bringing in that other element, Scotty. And this is, you talk about Travis Newton and the Mortgage Dads, who talk about being hyper local and showcasing your local businesses. Crazy. Boom. Like they just combined it all together.
They just lit it up. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Man, I'm just kind of mind blown. Like, it's so amazing how we can do these shows every single 4 days a week and still something more comes up. And like you take another thing and you just put another element on it. So somebody's asking, Aaliyah's asking, what's the budget per class, or maybe do the class or the latte? Like, and I heard you say Title sponsors it.
Yeah, we don't pay for the lattes and listings. We have different, every title company wants to sponsor, right? Like you have a list of title companies, but we also have like the dentist that's he's sponsoring things. Like, so you can get different businesses that we're going to sponsor it. The coffees, everyone gets one free latte. I print out these little coupons. Title will go bigger, but I don't want to overextend. And then, the budgets for me, for when I do trainings, it's usually like 20, 25 people. And I don't have like a budget per se. I just say, what do you guys want to eat? Okay. She was just saying, we want tacos. We're going to stuff backpacks and eat tacos. So I'm going to go order it from their favorite taco place. Julia might have a better budget in mind.
No, it depends a lot on where the presentation is happening. And, what are we trying to accomplish? Like one of the offices that I serve, I do the breakfast. So I always try to change, with what is around. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to make this, a lot of food, because you're not making it, about the food. It's not like, let's go because they're going to feed us. We want to make sure that, yes, there is going to be food, but we want them to be there because of the class, because, Audrey or myself for the presentation. So, but yes, we manage on that, and we try to see what is around and use the local businesses as well.
Love it. Love it. Wow.
Because someone asked earlier, so when I first started and we did trainings more of like, here's what product we can offer you, but everyone does that, right? So then when the realtors were like, hey, we really want this, we started asking them. So when that person asked, like, what would you talk about? Ask them what they want to learn about. And then that really helps, because they're going to be interested. So I think that helped a lot by just flipping it around. And then something else, we keep track of questions we get during the month from realtors that you would think everyone, in our mind, we're like, oh, everyone knows this. And then part of the trainings can be, hey, did you know non-warrantable condos we can still do? Whatever the question might be, or the questions that come in during the month that that real realtors are asking, so then we can share it with other realtors too.
Wow. Okay.
And one more thing, and I mean, you can do events without really talking about mortgage or real estate. Like right now, we have an event that is coming. There is a yoga class, and it's free for So it's like
it's free for realtors.
Yes, it's
free for realtors. Yoga free.
And
yoga.
like it's just. And I was thinking, as long as I'm in front of somebody, and you don't need to aim like, oh, I want everybody to give me the business. You need to go with the mentality, I want to connect with one person, but that real connection, the connection where we know that we're going to grow together from here. It's not like, oh, everybody needs to give me the business. That's not the mindset. It's like, let's look for the real connection, the one that I know that I can trust you and you can trust me, and we grow from there.
Relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So just to clarify, you don't you go there to connect with my goal today is to connect with one person, just one, and if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I'm looking for that one. I'm not looking for all. I'm looking for one.
At least one.
Miguel would preach that, and I thought that made it so much nicer, because originally I was like, oh my gosh, networking, it's scary. I got to go talk to 100 people and jump in their conversations and feel weird. And then Julia and Miguel were like, no, just focus on one or two people. I'm like, God, that makes it so much more manageable to not have to feel like you gotta be everywhere.
Do you guys both look for that person, or does that person just organically come to you and then it just happens? Because I think this is mind blowing to a lot of people right now. Because I think doing an event with 10, 15, 20, 30 people, you're like, okay, I can't, how do I do this? Where if I just
plan ahead of time who I want to go after.
Dude, seriously. Okay.
I really do. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you plan? Do you social media or
kind of, or look them up,
production?
see what their stats are? Do we have a similar vibe on social media?
Interesting.
For me, that way, at least I kind of have an idea. Okay, of the people that come to this event, this is who I'm hopefully gonna talk to today.
I love that. Very cool. So you do a little homework, get to know somebody. I feel the vibe on social. That's what I'm going after. Very cool.
You know what else, Scotty? They ask them what they want.
I know, man. That was a big deal.
They ask them what they want, and then they deliver on their needs, right? What a novel concept.
Solution.
Yeah.
So
we want to
what,
help people with what they're looking for.
So instead of just come up with a topic, what do they tell you? Do they say, I want to learn about this, I want to learn about that? Are they coming to you with what's the latest? I can tell you
personally, I was at a meeting with Julia a couple weeks ago where she was doing a training, or she was speaking, and every realtor there wanted to know about social media. Every single person asked that. And then the brokerages I've been talking to, it doesn't matter, small, large, Sarasota County, Collier County, every single broker is talking about how do we get the realtors in more of a self-employed, mindset. So for me, that's definitely, and then I know for Julia, every single person seems to be navigating to her for social media. She does amazing on social media.
Wow. Okay. So what's the secret sauce, Julia? What if you're gonna teach us one thing about social media that everybody absolutely positively needs to do, regardless of anything else?
One thing, be yourself. People can you see fake right that and it hurt when you see the fakeness, what are you showing that if you are not really doing that? So just be yourself. I use social media in a way. It's my I would say my journaling. I save it. I present what I do. I present my family, my kid, and I kind of I use it to save it for my own future. But I think that it's just come as you are. And there is things that I try to avoid. I don't get into politics or religion or, those kind of things that is hard. So I try to stay away. I always come with a positive mindset, but if something doesn't go well, I'm going to say, hey, this is not working, what should I do? But I go as myself. So
very cool. Monica's asking, did you work out a discount deal with the yoga teacher? Yeah?
Yes.
I
think it's $75 and we get 25 people.
Wow. Holy man, that's nothing.
And then we're bringing in smoothies. We're finding a local smoothie company like acai to bring in some smoothies. So different companies.
When is this? I think I might need to do a yoga class.
August 2nd. You're welcome to come and sell space.
But it's always to find somebody who wants to showcase what they do, and you don't have to be thinking like, hey, how much is gonna cost me? Maybe it's like, hey, why we don't do an event together? You showcase what you do, I showcase what I do, and we bring people together.
So when you go to this yoga thing, will you have clothing on that says I'm in the mortgage biz, or they already know that, or do you go like what's the agenda there?
Mortgage Queen. We have T-shirts that say Mortgage Queens on it.
Okay.
So sometimes when we go to these, because we'll do like beach yoga, whatever. We'll wear our like Mortgage Queens. It's a conversation starter. But our beach yoga that we go to is a networking beach yoga, so it's expected in a way.
Got it. Okay, cool. Very cool. I love it. So many little tweaks. Clothing, event, fun stuff. People love, who doesn't like yoga, right? And then you get smoothies on top of that, like work out and get some calories in, fat-free, protein, calorie-free smoothies. All right, coming at the end of the hour, give us one last thing to take us out the door. I so love you guys. You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Like, I could talk to you guys all day. I can just tell that, like, if I was to go to an event, I would 100% hang out with you guys. And so thank you so much for taking that time out of your day. Give us one thing as we head out the door here for somebody on the call.
Okay. So I have someone that I'm friends with that just came from banking and is trying to now do loan officer outside, like retail. And she's struggling. And I told her number one is her CRM, right? Just start really pushing on that CRM, focusing on that, past clients, people setting it up, getting it going. Because once you get busy, you really do need the CRM to do all of your follow-ups and make it personal. I have videos, I have voicemails. So taking the time to do CRM is key, I think, moving forward.
Very cool.
Yeah. My one thing is like, don't be sitting in your office waiting for your client to come. You need to hit the street and go get those clients.
I love it. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome back anytime. Audrey, maybe a CRM class is in order. Like, I think that's a super hot topic. And then
I did do that with realtors. I've done some CRM for post-closing because a lot of them drop the ball in the post-closing.
Like after closing, they just end it, right? They just never go back and do it. Like, so that would be that would be a great call. So and Julia, if you ever want to come back and do a social media class.
Yes, just invite me. I will be there.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Same time, same place Monday. It's Thursday. I'm sad I won't see you guys until Monday morning. I appreciate you. Love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on MLO Live Show. Connect with us. There's a private group. Find it. It's on Facebook. And we got a stacked, amazing people coming in next week. So don't miss out. We'll see you. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right. We'll see you on the web, everybody. Be safe and take action, and we'll see you later. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
That was awesome.
Good stuff, man. They were killer, dude.
Still live. There we go.